Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, 𝖢𝖥𝖣yi, head currency analyst. In this video, we're going to go over dollar yen, as I think it's going to be the market to watch this coming week. Not only have we got the contrast between the central banks with regards to monetary policy, we've also had some potential insights that the Bank of Japan are looking to intervene in the market, especially if dollar yen reaches around about the 145 number. Now, I've got the economic calendar up here. We can see that there is some data coming out on Wednesday, which is going to be really critical at 2:30 p.m. Now, this is British Standard Time. We've got the Bank of Japan Governor 𝖢𝖣yi speaking. Now, 𝖢𝖣yi has traditionally stuck with the super loose monetary policy, the super low monetary policy that the Bank of Japan have held for a while now, and there has not necessarily been any change there. But will he give some insights of a potential intervention, or will they come up with something that could ease the sort of losses on the yen? The problem with that is it's also followed by Federal Chair Powell speaking. Now, the Chairman Powell has been very hawkish for the US at the moment and is talking about seeing rates higher once again. So you've got the contrast in the monetary policies there, but you also might have the contrast in the speeches, which could effectively see dollar yen head towards that 145 handle. And then it's going to be what happens then. Do we get an intervention? Now, obviously, we've seen interventions in the past. If we talk about sort of, if we go back in history and we look at the sort of $100 interventions, I remember when the Bank of Japan used to intervene when price sort of got too strong, and you can see we intervened around about the 101.50s in the end, and then the market changed direction and we had that big sort of sell-off in the Japanese yen. But the potential is to look for some intervention again at that 145, maybe the 145.50. We pointed out the 145.50 recently because it was these sort of highs and lows that formed back towards November 2022 before we had this strong bearish breakout. So the yen's still weak in our minds, and that means that we could still reach the 145 level, especially if there is some kind of rumor that the 145 is the level that the Bank of Japan are going to intervene at. Wouldn't it be a potential opportunity to see price head to that level? Now, if we go into the 4-hour time frame, we can see from a strategy perspective, we've got the 20 and the 50 still in line. Price has had a slight pullback today. However, we're starting to see a bit of bullishness coming in on that 4-hour chart. If that does continue and we do see price into the 145, that's where I'd be looking to get out of any yen position. Now, I am positioned personally long on CAD yen. It's a market that we spoke about in our live analysis days last week, and if you are around tomorrow, you can join us for another live session. But I was looking for longs on that, still long on that market, or I've re-entered long twice actually on that market, and I'll be holding that potentially into, if dollar yen can continue higher as well, into the 145, because that to me would be the level that we need to start getting out of. May even start scaling out of positions before that, just in case the market doesn't target that 145. But I think the market's been a little bit quiet today just because there's been a lack of data. Tomorrow we start to see some data coming back into the mix, so we could start to see that sort of risk on coming back in again. But it'd be interesting to see what happens at the 145. Does the Bank of Japan intervene, and do we see some strength? Does price push lower? Do we start trading back below the 142 handles? If it does we see a continuation of that downside pressure? Then I think if we're looking at it from a dollar perspective, the dollar is fairly strong at the moment. It's starting to gain a little bit of strength. If the Federal Reserve Chairman Powell is going to talk about hiking interest rates, that is going to create demand for the US dollar. So you've got that side of things as well. I'll probably be looking across the board at some weaker currencies if we did reach the 145. So the pound has seen some weakness re-enter the market there. Obviously, recession fears grow as the Bank of England looking to hike interest rates to 5.5%. So yeah, some interesting developments going on at the moment, but we'll see how this one plays out. 145 though seems to be the number around, or rumored around, that intervention. So make sure you keep that level on your watch list going into this week. Thanks for watching this video update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.